Good morning, everybody and anybody. What are the odds that something that a person had stolen is going to come back around to them?
Very small.
Nonetheless, I have my helmet back. And it's actually just a little bit embarrassing because, I actually tracked it down the same day that I posted the stolen helmet video. And I am still annoyed at some of the people that were involved in finding it. I understand that the important thing is that I have it back. So I'm going to tell the story, tell you why I'm irritated, but the important thing is that I have my helmet back. Everything is still on it. You believe that? What are the odds? And I have it back, and that's what counts. However, there are some really big annoyances that came with finding this thing. I'm the manager at a little housing community place, and I started thinking about that guy that was at the pawn shop that told me he used to be a detective, and I should just do my own thing and try to track it down myself. And I was basically just coming to grips with the fact that my helmet is gone, my camera is gone, my Senna is gone. Okay, just accept it, dude. And I'm trying to wrap my head around it and think it's just stuff. It's just stuff. I was really upset with the camera because it was an anniversary gift from my wife. I was afraid that it might have some footage of inside some of my, my personal home and stuff. And I don't like sharing that kind of stuff. I don't like people knowing the layout of my garage and my house and things like that. And sometimes I get off the bike and I walk right into the house, camera's still rolling, and then I realize, oh, it's still on, I better shut it off. But I don't want somebody, especially somebody like a thief, to have that kind of visual of my property. But at the same time, I'm trying to just tell myself it's just stuff. It's just stuff. And hopefully if somebody stole it, they'll just wipe everything off of the memory card and just move on. And thankfully, that did not happen. So I'm sitting there trying to wrap my head around that. It's just stuff. Just don't worry about it. Don't. And then I thought, you know what? I have a video of this guy. And the thing that struck me strange about the video, there were two things that struck me really strange about the video. The first thing is that the guy had enough balls, or not enough brains, to walk right into my garage. That was the first thing that struck me as strange. And the second thing that struck me as strange is that there's a lot more cameras around there, and he didn't trigger a single one leaving the facility. He went into the housing area, which is fenced in. And so I suspected that possibly this person is an actual tenant there. I thought I might know who it was, and so I called down two people that I think might be able to identify this person. I called them down to the office and I said, I want you guys to see if you recognize this person. I'm not going to tell you who I think it is, but I want you to see if you recognize him. So they come in the office, I start playing the video, and I say, yeah, you can see the helmet right there. And one of these people says, you lost a motorcycle helmet? She says, I know where it is. And instantly I was like, okay, well, for the sake of whatever, we're just going to call this person Betty. You horrible little Betty. Betty and someone else found it, and they were all freaked out by it. They said that it had a microphone in it, and it had a camera thing on the side, and it had this on it and that, and they said it totally freaked them out. I find out that somebody found it in their yard. Apparently the person that took it decided to change their mind and they stashed it. I don't know how thieves think, so I'm not even going to attempt to try to explain what they were thinking. But they had shoved it between a wheelbarrow and a shed. They had stuck the helmet between the two and wedged it up against the shed. But they didn't support the wheelbarrow enough, and it fell over and the helmet rolled out into this person's yard. And this person gave it to Betty, and Betty stuck it in her house for a week. Now, it was stolen on a Saturday night. They say that they found it on a Friday or Saturday night, but that's actually impossible. It's a bit irrelevant. But I got it back on the day that I posted that video. And that's why I feel a little silly, because people are like, oh my God, I can't believe you lost your helmet. And I felt bad. I wanted to just respond and be like, oh yeah, I found it. which would have been weird because it's like, didn't you just post this like 6 hours ago? And here's where the annoying part comes in. Now, I know I have my helmet back and I'm happy with that, but I'm still annoyed because I may not have it back if I hadn't tracked it down somehow. My annoyance is based off of the facts that I can prove and then the things that I suspect. So the annoying thing is that I had a helmet that was stolen, that was mine, and I reported it stolen. And somebody else found a helmet that was obviously not theirs, and they did not report it. Another thing that annoys me is that in this little housing community, there are only 2 people that ride motorcycles in there that actually wear a helmet. So why Betty didn't actually ask me if I had lost a helmet is really beyond common sense to me. I have no idea why a person wouldn't say, you didn't by chance lose a motorcycle helmet, because, you know, you're really the only person that I ever see that has a motorcycle helmet on. You didn't lose one by chance, did you? Didn't even cross their mind for some reason. I don't know what the deal was. And then the last bit of annoyance is I was talking to another tenant about this, and I told him, well, you heard that I lost my helmet. I got it back, and they go, oh, that was yours? And they said, yeah, Betty was down here like 5 days ago or something and was asking me how someone might take something like that apart and sell it. And I went, what? And so like my blood's just getting like hotter and hotter and hotter. Every day that goes by, I find out something new. Now, some of that is just hearsay that I cannot prove. I believe that Betty was asking around to see if she could do that. I have no actual proof. That's not an actual fact. The fact is that I had a helmet that was stolen, that was mine, and I reported it. Somebody found a helmet that was not theirs, regardless of whether they know it's stolen or whatever. It just showed up on their property. You report that. Because if I had tracked it down the exact same way that I had tracked it down this time, only they had reported it, then I would have went to Betty's and I would have said, yeah, I hear you found a helmet. Did it look like this? And it had a camera on it, and it had this on the side. And they said, oh, yes, we don't have it. We reported it. And a deputy came by and picked it up. I would have said, great. I'll go down to the police department and I'll tell them that it was found. If they haven't tracked me back down, which usually they do. You know, some people don't have a very good experience with the police. I do. I've always had good experiences with the police. And when I say always, I'll just say most of the time. And I wouldn't be mad at Betty, or anybody else for that matter, for reporting that they found something stolen. I think I would still hold it against them to be like, are you that stupid that you didn't think to just ask? Even then, when you find something and someone just comes by and says, oh yeah, that's mine, you know, it's a good idea to, if they did report it stolen, make sure that it matches the description. This is really easy to describe for me, but extremely rare. To find another helmet that's set up just like this, even though there are tons of motovlogging setups out there, this helmet is unique, as are almost every motovlogging helmet. Motovlogging helmets are extremely unique. They're almost like fingerprints. Hello, everybody. But it all boils down to, yes, helmet is back. I am tickled pink about it. I didn't lose anything off of it. The camera was a little loose. Oh, that was another thing. That when I finally did get it back from Betty, one of the very first things that she asked me was, how do you take the camera off? At the time that she asked me that, I hadn't heard any of these other stories about it. And when she asked that person, how would someone go about taking that apart and selling it? That person said, go ask Mike. That's me, Mike. Go ask Mike, because he has one just like that. There's just so many pieces that don't fit. So anyway, I'm really glad that I got my helmet back. I did not end up finding who stole it, which I think would have really topped it off if I'd found out who stole it. But so now I'm just trying to just get over it. You feel so violated when somebody steals your stuff. Even though they didn't do anything like specifically to you, you just feel so violated. So now I'm just working on just like getting over it and learning from it, which, you know, the lesson was kind of stupidly obvious why I would just leave that out on the bike. Because, I mean, how dumb can you be? We all have our moments, I guess. But yeah, definitely learned something from that. No damage to the helmet. There's a few little like nicks in the back, like little like scrapes or something, but nothing major. The camera was loose. I don't know if it's because Betty was yanking on it trying to get it off of the stinking helmet, but the camera was loose. I had to redo that, put that on there with some new 3M tape. But other than that, everything is just tip-top shape. Tip-top. So that is it. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next time. My camel pack is leaking. It's getting my butt completely wet. What's going on with it? I need to find somewhere to pull over. Man, my butt is soaking wet now. Really? You know what, GoPro? I'm starting to get downright ticked off with you. This is why I don't use this little monkey fart as a primary camera. Not cool. Try this again. Bye. I don't say bye at the end of my videos. Don't say that.